there's a written rule between us. It's actually in paper. We cannot have a physical altercation at the office anymore.
It's fun watching you guys because I've watched y'all and like we've known each other for 4 or 5 years now, and it's like I see the person like you're obsessed with tractors, you like them, you could probably tell me what every single tractor does and the pros and cons of everything, and then like I see you in the office and you're doing paperwork and all this, and I see you out in the shop and y'all really, it worked out. Y'all have the best of both worlds.
It was God's
bounce
design.
off of it.
It definitely was God's design. We had to figure out how to make the recipe work, but
Well, I think we also live and die by the "I am my brother's keeper."
Right.
I mean that brotherly relationship is strong, and we were talking about the other day. If this business failed, it's what's the next one? What are we going to do together again? And I'll die on that cross with my brother, like if that's what it takes to work with him, and that is a certain thing, like we were talking about wives and getting married and things and having kids, and you do think about this isn't about myself anymore.
No.
This is about what's best for my kids and my wife and my family. But as far as there's no one else I'd want to go battle the world with other than my brother. And so, like I said, we take that literally. But, I remember when we were little kids, my mom would say to us, "Hey, this is your best friend. This is your little brother. You take care of him even when he's in the wrong." And that just always kind of stuck with me. And, I kind of feel sorry for people who maybe don't have that relationship with a brother. And there's we know certain entrepreneurs and businessmen that have that same relationship and they're not their biological brother, but they do business together. And
it doesn't have to be blood.
No.
But it definitely takes
but as entrepreneurs,
we've gotten some fist fights before.
Oh, yeah.
There was early on in business, it was what is your role? What's my role? How are we going to make this work?
There's a written rule between us. It's actually in paper. We cannot have a physical altercation at the office anymore. anymore. So, with that being said, there also has to be a give and take, right? You're never going to have a fail-proof business. No matter how big you get, there's always going to be a point where you can fail. And as partners, you have to be able to sacrifice. Like for us, Sterling's already started his family. I don't have a family started yet. We both own homes. We both have our own lives separately. But if it came down to it, when you say brother's keeper, that doesn't mean an envious keeper. That doesn't mean a non-sacrificial keeper. That means, hey, Harrison, I'm struggling financially because I got a wife, I got a kid, I'm about to have another kid on the way, whatever it may be. You got to be, as a partner, going, hey, dude, take half my salary. Take my extra because I don't need it right now. You need it. But when I need it, you need to reciprocate that. Mm-hmm. And so as long as you're working as a team of oxen, trying to pull in the same direction, it's going to work out. Mm-hmm. And then that's for any advice for ownership.
Well, it's just communication. Which we've never done that.
Yeah.
Your example that you just said, we've never done that. And I hope we'd never have to get to that point. But it just comes down and the risk
just
taking.
Having that mutual respect for each other.
And if it did come down to that, I think we do that for each other, and the accountability aspect of man, I know this is your thing, but I see you slacking. You need to pick it up, or you're doing things that aren't good for you in your life right now. You need to improve on that, and it's that accepting the accountability and doing it. But we allow each other to hold each other accountable.
I would have never been the person I am today without Sterling when he stepped in. Because when I was running it alone, and it's a heavy cross bear, you know it.
It's all I have is my wife, and like I have to go home to her every day. So ultimately, whatever she says, it's going at the end of it.
Right.
I mean, and she'll pull me back because I will get out there and I'll start trying. I'm OCD and I'll not the good kind.
Right.
Where I'll get out there and just start doing stuff and like I want more than one business. So like I open my dumpster business and like we're doing all this and that. And she's like, no more dumpsters. Like
Rein it in.
rein it in a little. You just use what you have right here,
Yeah.
and But I've got a brother, but he's 10 years older than me, and so it's. I see where he's at, and I'm trying to get there instead of like where y'all are. Y'all are going together, and I'm trying to get.
But it
where
wasn't
he's at.
always. It always wasn't like that. You know, Sterling and I there for a couple of years. We're going in different directions. You know, we didn't have a plan always to be business partners. It always felt like we should be, and we were joint business partners.
It
things.
was kind of always a dream, if you will, but. It was like, if it works out that way, great, you know. But you go try your deal. I'm going to go try my deal. And it was just, it's a God thing at the end of it that
I'll say, like, to the people that are doing it by themselves, you better make some friends, though. Like, if you don't have your brother or a partner that is ready to dive in for you, that you can do double, you better make some friends and you better make them quick. Because when stuff gets hard, you've got to rely on them, and you've got to know that they're your friends and that they will help you.
Everybody's your friend when the check clears.
Yeah,
and I give testament to where Big Country is today. We wouldn't even exist if it hadn't been for my brother's keeper come in when he came in and said, "Dude, I'm about to tell you stuff you don't like, and it's up to you to either accept it." Or you can walk away and run from it. And he sat me down and goes, these are the things you're doing wrong. This is what you need to change. And if you don't, you won't have a business anymore. And I looked at him and I was like, I had to go sit and think about it. I set myself in a dark room. I thought about it and I was like, all right. And I came back to him. I said, Sterling, I will no longer be the reason why we lose money. I will no longer be the reason why we lose a client, why we make a bad decision. We will make those decisions together. And if we win together, then we'll win at the end. And if we lose together, then we'll lose together.
See, and that's where we're at now in Double M. You know, like my wife, she finally come in real heavy this year, which she's always been right there helping me doing whatever I want. But now she's like, hey, I'm the partner. We're changing some things because this last little hiccup that hit us, it would have never happened if you were, you sell service, you're trying to be friends and we're doing the handshake deals and it's like, we're changing some stuff up. We're not losing money anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just, you got to have that person though.
Yeah.
Yeah.